Hey crafty friends, this is Jenny from crafttestdummies.com, and today I'm in the studio reviewing Piccolo Instant UV Resin. We're going to test it out and see how it works. Let's take a look.
Piccolo is an instant UV resin, which means that you don't have to mix it. You just apply it right onto your surface and then cure it with sunlight or like a nail light, which you can get at a beauty supply store. I got mine for like 50 bucks. So let me show you. First of all, it's a pretty low odor resin, which is pretty nice to me because sometimes these things get really stinky. But I can show you a little bit on this piece of paper. As you can see, it goes on completely crystal clear. It has a doming property, so the minute you put it down, it kind of, I want to say, pulls from the edges like this. It kind of scrunches up so that you get a slightly rounded effect no matter how much you use. Now, if I never put this in front of light, it will stay just this kind of honey-like consistency forever. But if I would put it in the sunlight, it would suddenly become hard. Oh, also, like other resins, it will permeate a paper. As you can see, it's starting to get translucent here. So if you are using a pretty paper, something like this, you're going to want to coat this with either Mod Podge or some other kind of sealant before you put the resin on top, because otherwise it will do this very thing here, which is it'll soak into the paper and become translucent, and that might not be the effect you're looking for. So that's my handy tip of the day. So let me show you how it looks on some objects. So first of all, I wanted to do multiple coats, and I may have to bring another piece of cardboard in just so you can see this a little bit better. That would work. Here we go. So I use these acrylic bits from the company. Piccolo makes these pretty acrylic gems, if you will, that are pre-drilled. So I started off with 1 coat, 2 coats, 3 coats, 4 coats, just to keep that in mind. So you're going to see this little boil here, and I got this a couple of 3 times. I don't understand what that is, but it happened. So here's the acrylic piece. And you can see it just has a light coating of material on top, and for some reason it bubbled up. And just for hoots and hollers, excuse my arm, this is how thick the resin pieces are to begin with. So you can kind of see a comparison with 1 coat. I put another coat on, so here's 2 coats. 2 to 3 coats. You can see it's really starting to build up, and you see that doming effect. And then this has 4 coats, and you can see how thick that is, how different that is from 1 coat. Look at that. And again, it gives you that nice glass-like shine. So not all of them bubbled up like that. I'm not sure why. If you put a couple of more coats on, it goes away. It just disappears. But here again, you can also see that really it is crystal clear. I did have a few air bubbles. I wasn't careful. You can eliminate those by putting a heat gun over it and just using the hot from the heat gun to pop the bubbles. But I really like the effect of 4 coats. Oh my gosh. It is like, I don't know what. It's like a casting, but it's pretty awesome. So that gives you the idea though of 1 through 4 coats. So I tried it on some different things. Here it is on a piece of polymer clay, and I kind of put it on top and then brushed it over the sides a little bit, and you can see it's a gorgeous glass. Look at that shiny glass-like finish. Beauteous. This is a piece of air dry clay, so you know, it's pretty soft. So really the UV resin on top not only added a shine so that the mica powders would show up, but also adds a lot of resiliency to the piece. So that's another thing to think about. Turned out quite lovely. Here I just put a sticker on one of those acrylic blanks, kind of like one of these. The blue just peels right off. And this was a sticker that had some glitter on it, and you probably can't see that too much here, but it turned out beautifully. And again, here's the dimensionality. You can see exactly how much doming I got. And I think this was maybe 2 coats, maybe 3. But it really made it quite substantial. I also did just a standard bottle cap, and it cures fine. Remember, you have to put any inclusions on the top. If you put anything inside, it won't the UV light won't get down to actually cure it. So when you're doing layers, here's another piece of polymer clay. This was a super thin piece I'd cut out with the Cricut machine, and I added the resin on top to just make it sturdier. And as you can see, it has a nice kind of epoxy-like shine. Love it. Here's another piece of a craft clay. Again, give it shine and stability. And then here is a piece that I did. Again, we'll have to move to this so you can see it better. So what I did is I stamped on the acrylic, which you can see, and then I added some of their 3D gels and did a couple layers, and then did a couple layers of UV resin. So it built up and gave you that dimensional effect, which is kind of nifty. Kind of like it. So right now, I would say that the pros of this is it's a quick fix. If you have your UV curing light, it literally was curing totally in 3 minutes. A soft cure where you could add another layer on top in 1 minute, which is great. You don't have to mix it. I love it. It's not tacky to the touch. When you touch this, it's nice and smooth. There's no like sticky residue, which I love. And it says it does not yellow over time. Of course, time will tell. The drawback is that if you don't have a sunny place, you're definitely going to want to invest in a UV light, which is not expensive, but it's just one of those things you're going to need. It comes in the dark bottle, which helps protect it. The tip, though, is clear. So if you set this out on your table, and it will cure the material that's in the tip. So make sure you keep it tightly capped. Other than that, I can't think of any real drawbacks. It's a great stuff, great for you polymer clay artists, great for you mixed media folks, and talk about transforming a sticker and an acrylic bit into kind of an expensive looking charm. I like it. So I hope that this was helpful to you. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section and I will get back to you. If you found it helpful, please give this video a thumbs up. It really helps us out. And also, we would love it if you subscribed to our channel. So thank you so much for watching, and we will see you at www.crafttestdummies.com.